provider. The service provider kindly. Service provider kindly liaise with me at the dais. As I seek your indulgence, ladies and gentlemen, any moment from now we'll be joined by their excellencies, and I'm calling upon all of us kindly to clear the walkway. Let's clear the way. Those who are still at the back, may we kindly now observe silence as we invite and receive their excellencies any moment from now. I seek your indulgence, and once again, service provider kindly liaise with us at the dais here. We are great as a country to host this global event, and today as we have our sports area. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, any moment from now, their excellencies, the presidents. Service provider kindly. Ladies and gentlemen. Sure, 1, 2. So anytime now we're going to have His Excellency the President of Kenya together with His Excellency the President of France joining us for the opening session of the Sports Sustainable Investment. Sura yako mzuri mama. Let us all rise. All rise. All rise. A warm clap for our excellencies. We also have the President of Botswana and Senegal joining us for this wonderful, auspicious occasion. A warm welcome to the presidents, please. Wonderful. Welcome, Your Excellencies. May I request that we kindly take our seats. Your Excellencies, welcome to this session.
the opening session for Sports Sustainable Investment. And at this point, Your Excellency, all right, welcome, Your Excellencies. Allow me to hand over to Anne-Marie, who's going to guide us on our next session. Let's give a round of applause to Anne-Marie. She's been doing a great job even as we had started earlier. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I have a wonderful co-host here. Thank you very much, Mr. Gutonga. Well, we saw earlier how we were speeding. It was a mad race, and we unfortunately had to speed through some of our keynote speeches. And it's my pleasure and honor now to call back on the stage Mr. Maktar Diop, please, representing the World Bank Group. A big round of applause, please, because this is not easy on his part. Merci. Dieu Roger.
Bonjour, Monsieur le Président. Abadi. Monsieur Sana. Asante Sana, Mr. President. It's a huge pleasure to be back in Kenya. For some of you who don't know, I lived in Kenya for 3 years. Made a lot of friends, and I consider it as a place which is central to the development of the continent. Let me say a few words, Mr. President, because sports means a lot to me. In my youth, I had the opportunity, Mr. President, excusez-moi de ne pas parler en français. Si vous permettez, je m'adresse à l'Assemblée en français. I had the opportunity in my youth to represent the national team of my own countries. So I learned what sports means. And at that time, you know, you will sleep in the camps in very bad conditions before going to competitions. In not the time of now that President Motsepe is helping athletes to get. But it brings to me the fact that sport is very important. And when 10 years ago we started looking at it, I called my friend Rémi Rioux from AFD, and we decided to do something together on sports in the world and in Africa. We launched a certain number of initiatives. We could not finance teams. We could not finance other part of the sports. But we knew that we could do something is finance infrastructure. Because when you don't have infrastructure for sports, kids cannot go to sports. So we decided to finance people who are financing arenas. So we put with Helios Sports a fund, and Proparco and IFC funded this Helios fund. And today they're deploying this resource to invest in infrastructure in Africa. Then we looked at another company, Suma, who is in a Turkish company, and we give them a loan also to finance large arena in Africa. And today, Mr. President, I know that you have been working with that company, Zaria. We are financing them, and we'll be signing very soon a loan to that company to finance infrastructure. That says that there is an interest in sports, and we need to harness more resources and bring them to finance sports. Botswana has shown that their champion in track and field are today enlightening the world, and we can do more by bringing it to the youth. Mr. President, thank you for the support that France is bringing to the Youth Olympic. AFD has financed a lot of refurbishing of infrastructure in Africa, and it's very well received. Moving forward, what we would like to do, Mr. President, is to continue to finance those infrastructure in sports, small, medium, and large infrastructures. Secondly, we would like also to have a push on education and sports. When I was growing, the sports, what they call in French, USU, was very important. Today, when you look at the countries, the sports at school is very, very weak. And we need to do more to give opportunity to people to use sports to grow. The third element, Mr. President, is to use skills. When you take kids in what they use in school in my country, Mr. President, les associations sportives et culturelles, les ASC, and you allow kids to learn skills while doing sports, you are reaching a lot of goals. So this is the kind of things that the World Bank Group and the IFC that we're trying to do to support the ecosystem of sports, and we are giving to the city today a lot of opportunities of interest of investors And we found that this forum and the role that France has played in that context has been critical in developing sport in the continent and in the part of the world. We are working also with UNHCR and the IOC to be able to bring sport to the displaced people because it's an important way for them to be able to be reinserted in the society. I will not say more than that, but I would like to thank you for giving me that opportunity to say these few words, because we've been able to put $50 million in Helios. We are financing Suma, we are financing Zaria, and this is just the beginning, and we continue doing that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mactar Diop. Thank you for your flexibility. And indeed, what you shared was extremely important, so thank you once again. Well, we've been talking about the power of sports. If there's something that sports create, is connections, of course, and emotion. And if there is one language, I want to say almost love language, that speaks to the heart of many Africans, and I hope that Claire from NBA Africa won't hate me for that, it's football. So please do take a look, pay attention to the screens.
We have to dream big. We've got to aim high. You see the power of football. The power of football to bring Africans together. The power of football to show the rest of the world that African football is in motion. African football is growing. And we are honored and privileged to be part of that revolution.
Champions of Africa again.
The pathway to $1 billion in African football. The requirements of African football can only be achieved when all of us work together.
And well, to tell us more about what we've just seen, let's put our hands together to welcome now the President of the Confederation of African Football, Dr. Patrice Motsepe.
Our brother, President Ruto, thank you so much for hosting this very special occasion. Mon frère, President Macron, merci, good to see you. President Faye, bonjour. We are talking another language now that's very close to Swahili. Just a few points. We've always known that African football players are amongst the most talented in the world. They've played in the best leagues in France, in Europe, and have performed amongst the very best. But, you know, we as a family got involved in football essentially through philanthropy. We've invested hundreds of billions of our own money as part of giving to the continent, the continent that has made us what we are. What is very exciting is that the partnership, and that's why your presence, President Macron, is so important, because it's not just about sports. We meet in Davos every year, and there are billions and billions of dollars of partnership between France and Africa. Your country has got some of the most outstanding business companies in the world, and that's why to partner with President Ruto, to partner with Africa in business, in trade and investment, enormously important. But let's talk about football. 2.5 billion people watched the AFCON in Morocco. 6.2 billion digital views, which means billions of people worldwide were interacting and viewing what was going on in Morocco. 180 countries throughout the world were watching the AFCON in Morocco. The Moroccan economy benefited approximately $2 billion, according to Nielsen. Nielsen is one of the top research and marketing companies in the world. They are used by UEFA, they are used by FIFA. We asked them to make a study. They found that the economy of Morocco benefits to the value of $2 billion for the month during the AFCON. Next year, President Ruto will be hosting the world. He'll be hosting the world, and we are going to host in Kenya, in Tanzania, in Uganda, the most successful AFCON in the history of this competition. We expect that the enormous contribution of business, of sports, of football, to job creation, to provision of skills and expertise, but also to pride and bringing people together. We will all be here, and President Macron will be here. I'll see President Macron in America when France plays Senegal. And there's going to be, and my brother is sitting there, and we are all brothers. So I remember in Qatar, President Faye, when Morocco made us very, very proud. Qualified for the semi-finals for the first time in the history of the competition. But we lost to France. And I was told, President Macron, that I shouldn't be so miserable because there are so many beautiful French Africans. French Africans. They are French, but they are from Africa. So they say it's the most beautiful partnership in sports as well as what we can do in trade and investment. Just one final issue. Football unites people. We have used football to bring people together from different races, from different religious backgrounds, as well as from different ethnic and tribal backgrounds.
I know, right? It's scary. We've got big red numbers.
Okay, so
just a
all
few
I'm
seconds.
saying is that as I'm going to sit down, President Ruto, I'm told that when the cup comes next year, June, here, the Pamoja Cup, the AFCON Cup, Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya have said the trophy will not leave Pamoja. So wish you all of the best. You all make us proud. Every single president from Botswana, president from Senegal, you are a dependable partner, President Macron, trustworthy partner, and President Ruto. Thank you so much. The future looks bright. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup, Dr. Mutsepe. You actually put my language skill to shame. Merci beaucoup de votre contribution. Well, distinguished guests, excellencies, we've come to the final whistle, I want to say, of our journey today. Let's please all rise, put our hands together to welcome on stage our excellencies here today, please. A big round of applause for our presidents. Please come and join me on the stage. His Excellency William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya. His Excellency Emmanuel Macron, President of the French Republic. His Excellency Bassirou Diomaye Faye, President of the Republic of Senegal, and His Excellency Duma Boko, President of the Republic of Botswana. Thank you all. Thank you all. You may seat, please. And I really want us to take just a few seconds to realize what's happening on the stage. We have not one, not two, but 4 heads of state here on the stage, pledging to make sports and football a real engine for the development of our beautiful continent. So allow me to start with you, Excellence Président Faye. Permettez-moi de me tourner vers vous à présent. And to everyone in the audience, the next question and segment will be in French, please. And of course, I would kindly ask you to remain silent, to pay attention to what our heads of state have to share with us today. Mesdames et messieurs, avant de procéder, je vous demanderai s'il vous plaît de bien vouloir rester silencieux afin qu'on puisse entendre ce que nos excellences ont à partager avec nous aujourd'hui. Alors, je vais me tourner vers vous, Excellence Président Faye. Donc, dans quelques mois, on l'a vu notamment sur nos écrans, eh bien, les regards du monde entier se tourneront vers Dakar pour les Jeux Olympiques de la jeunesse. Le premier événement olympique jamais organisé, il faut le rappeler, sur le sol africain. Alors, on a vu dans cette vidéo que le Sénégal se prépare, et il se prépare bien, mais j'aimerais l'entendre directement de vous, s'il vous plaît. Qu'est-ce que cela signifie pour tout jeune Africain, pas seulement pour un jeune Sénégalais, mais pour tous nos jeunes frères et sœurs qui sont à travers le monde et qui voient donc les anneaux olympiques qui vont se hisser au-dessus de Dakar. Et au-delà de l'événement, qu'est-ce qui restera? Quel héritage durable êtes-vous en train de construire?
Merci beaucoup, madame. Je voudrais d'abord remercier le président Ruto pour son accueil et son hospitalité envers moi-même et ma délégation depuis notre arrivée. Le féliciter et féliciter le président Macron pour avoir initié ce panel autour du sport et du développement. Vous l'avez relevé, l'année 2026 a été pour le Sénégal une année spéciale. Nous l'avons quand même démarré avec un titre de champion d'Afrique. Que nous entendons. Merci beaucoup. Merci à vous pour ce verdict qui est déjà rendu. Alors nous reviendrons ici l'année prochaine pour défendre notre titre qui restera intègre. Alors je dis que c'est une année spéciale pour nous, parce que c'est l'année de la deuxième étoile du Sénégal en football. C'est une année aussi au cours de laquelle nous avons fait des performances sportives majeures dans beaucoup de disciplines. Et cela, il faut le noter, est le fruit d'une politique sportive hardie et qui prend en compte toutes les dimensions du sport au niveau scolaire, au niveau universitaire, au niveau professionnel, au niveau amateur, pour les compétitions nationales comme pour les compétitions internationales. C'est une année aussi au cours de laquelle nous aurons l'honneur et le privilège d'accueillir les Jeux Olympiques de la jeunesse. C'est une première sur le continent africain et le Sénégal sera honoré d'être le premier pays à abriter une compétition d'une telle envergure. Bien évidemment, nous mesurons l'espoir qui pèse sur le Sénégal en tant que pays africain qui doit organiser un événement majeur de cette dimension, mais qui doit aussi l'accueillir. Dans notre démarche, nous disons que c'est l'Afrique qui accueille, mais c'est Dakar qui célèbre. Alors cette compétition, nous la voulons comme un cadre de partage des valeurs de l'olympisme qui sont faites autour de la fraternité, de la tolérance et de la paix. Et c'est ce que nous voulons partager au-delà de l'aspect sportif avec le monde. Évidemment, en termes d'impact, la compétition est en train n'est pas encore arrivée, mais les investissements en matière de rénovation d'infrastructures sportives, de construction, et surtout par rapport à l'option que nous avons prise de les décentraliser au niveau des communes pour démocratiser la pratique sportive, va contribuer déjà à socialiser davantage, à renforcer la cohésion sociale et à permettre à ce que chacun puisse pratiquer le sport qu'il veut, où qu'il soit à l'intérieur du pays. Donc sur le plan des impacts, nous pouvons déjà noter ça. Et aujourd'hui, les chantiers qui sont en train d'être menés, quand on prend les ouvriers, on prend ceux qui ont en charge l'encadrement, c'est près de 132 000 personnes qui sont déjà mobilisées. Et sur l'héritage, donc, on aura un héritage infrastructurel, mais aussi un héritage par rapport à un savoir-faire qui sera acquis en collaboration avec l'ensemble des partenariats que nous avons noués autour de l'organisation de cet événement. Et j'en profite pour remercier le président Macron pour leur parfaite collaboration dans l'organisation des JOJ sur le volet sécuritaire et sur d'autres plans. Alors, nous appelons toutes les populations africaines, particulièrement les jeunes et les femmes à venir accueillir cet événement africain, le célébrer à Dakar. Et j'en profite aussi pour inviter tout le monde à cette fête sportive africaine, mais aussi mondiale, et dire que réaffirmer notre engagement à abriter le deuxième sommet, après celui de Paris en 2024, le sommet sur le financement durable du sport. Et ce sera à Dakar, en prélude des JOJ 2026.
Merci beaucoup, Excellence. Jeff. Tous les yeux seront rivés vers le pays de la Teranga. Merci beaucoup de votre contribution. Allow me to speak in English now again. To turn to you, Excellency President Boko. So you stepped into leadership at a time when the world is looking at Botswana as a hub for innovation and stability. We know that sport is a massive soft power tool. And so can you tell us, how can your country use its success on the track, I want to say, to unlock new off-field opportunities as well for our youth and our communities?
Well, thank you very much. Let me begin by acknowledging His Excellency the President of Kenya and the host of the summit, recognize President Macron, co-host, recognize my good friend and brother, Diomaye Faye, President of the Republic of Senegal. How I wish this were a relay race, because then we would deploy the blistering pace, the vitality of the Republic of Botswana, the champions. But let me thank all of my colleagues here for being here, and thank President Ruto for his hospitality and generosity since we arrived here. Africa stands at a defining moment. We recognize across our continent that sport is no longer merely a recreational activity or entertainment platform. It is a unifying force, and more importantly, it's an investment opportunity that can unlock employment, tourism, infrastructure, development, youth empowerment, and regional integration. We've seen in Botswana fairly recently, a few days ago, you saw one of the most awesome spectacles of athletics leading to breaking records, personal bests, championship record times. All these took place in Botswana. You also saw, for the first time and in the most amazing fashion, that Botswana, the world's largest producer of diamonds by value, introduced something spectacularly different and embedded in the medals that were given to the successful athletes, the natural diamond. We made a statement with that. We signaled to the world, firstly, that the natural diamond carries stories, carries epic memories. It's about lives and livelihoods of real people. That infrastructure has been developed from this resource and will continue to be developed. And so sport has helped us to make plain to the world the spectacular achievements that can be made through sport and through proper utilization of the mineral wealth of any and every country. We are grateful that we are here today. We look forward to creating partnerships. We have President Motsepe here, who knows and who saw that towards the end of the contest that we held in Botswana, there were two vicious competitors, brothers towards Botswana and South Africa. and they pushed each other hard, as we always do in sport. We support each other, we collaborate with each other, we challenge each other, we push each other hard to achieve the highest standards of excellence in the different sporting codes. And we saw that between Botswana and South Africa. They deployed their very best. They came ready to compete. They competed, and they did admirably. So we are grateful for all these, and we look forward to more, and we say to all of you, if you want world records to be broken, you want to feel the vibe, the funk of sport and the unity that it brings, make sure most of your activities are held in Botswana. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Is that an invitation, Excellency, to Botswana? Is that an invitation, Excellency, President Boko, to Botswana? Oh, well. Is this an invitation to Botswana? Okay, it's well noted, yeah. So we're going to, we're going to Kigali, and now we're going to Botswana as well. Thank you so much. Excellence, Président Macron, permettez-moi de me tourner vers vous à présent, parce que vous avez fait du sport un des piliers du renouvellement entre l'Afrique et la France. Alors aujourd'hui, nous voyons cette ambition se concrétiser à travers la mobilisation croissante du secteur privé. Quel message souhaitez-vous envoyer à l'ensemble des acteurs réunis aujourd'hui?
Merci beaucoup. Merci. Je veux remercier à nouveau le président William Ruto pour son accueil et mes chers amis et collègues, présidents du Sénégal et du Botswana, d'être avec nous aujourd'hui. Et merci Mokhtar et Patrice pour vos présentations à l'instant. Mais vous l'avez parfaitement dit, d'abord on est au bon moment, au bon endroit. Et c'est important de se le dire. Le Kenya est un grand pays de sport. Je crois que... C'est vrai. Kipchoge et Nsawe... C'est quand même le pays où on court le marathon en moins de 2 heures. C'est une bonne référence. Et grand pays donc à la fois de marathon, de course d'endurance, mais aussi de football, de rugby à 7. Et le continent africain est un grand continent de sport. Et je crois que ça vient d'être rappelé, mais il faut avoir quand même à l'esprit que 2026, les Jeux olympiques de la jeunesse au Sénégal, 2028, la CAN, donc dans cette région Kenya, Tanzanie, Ouganda, ça a été rappelé. Et 2030, la Coupe du Monde en Méditerranée, avec le Maroc qui sera partie prenante. Il n'y a pas un continent qui est autant exposé à des grands événements sportifs que le continent africain dans les années à venir, et qui a d'ores et déjà autant d'athlètes, et ça a été dit, Patrice et Mokhtar l'ont rappelé tout à l'heure aussi, quand on parle des grands champions souvent européens, on parle de grands champions qui ont des racines, des origines qui sont partagées entre le continent africain et la France. Quand on parle des footballeurs, c'est extraordinaire, c'est une chance. Et on a même parfois exporté nos sélectionneurs sur le continent africain. Claude est là avec moi dans ce déplacement. Il a fait rêver pas mal de générations et le président tout à l'heure l'a honoré. Donc, moi ce que je veux dire, pourquoi c'est très important ce qu'on fait là? D'abord, ça a été rappelé, c'est une question d'éducation. Partout où on aide à développer le sport, au-delà des grandes compétitions, et c'est pour ça que nos Jeux olympiques de la jeunesse au Sénégal sont si importants, on donne de la capacité d'émancipation et d'éducation à nos jeunes. On l'a mis au cœur de notre stratégie en France, mais c'est ce qu'on veut pour le continent africain. Parce qu'on apprend à des jeunes les règles, la discipline d'un sport, on leur apprend à être ensemble, on leur donne de la confiance en eux, parce qu'on leur permet justement d'exploiter des talents. Un jeune qui est super bon en marathon ou en course, c'est des talents qui vont être reconnus. Il n'a pas forcément les mêmes talents sur le plan académique, mais ça élargit justement les choses, ça permet de reconnaître ses capacités, et nos universités après le reconnaissent. Et ça permet d'attirer beaucoup de jeunes qui s'écartaient de l'école vers l'école, puis des emplois. Et enfin, c'est un formidable levier en matière de santé. Il y aura une table ronde aussi en matière de santé demain au niveau des leaders. C'est-à-dire, c'est la meilleure politique de prévention, le sport. Et aujourd'hui, un des fléaux, plutôt dans les pays les plus riches, qui rôdent, mais c'est vrai aussi dans plusieurs pays africains en raison des modalités de nutrition, un des fléaux pour nos ados et nos jeunes adultes, c'est l'obésité. La meilleure prévention, Ce n'est pas l'industrie pharmaceutique qui la donne, c'est le sport. Donc première chose, sport et jeunesse. Et c'est une politique d'investissement dont les retombées positives pour nos pays, nos sociétés sont énormes. La deuxième chose, c'est une politique d'infrastructure. Et ça a été très bien rappelé, c'est que si on veut développer le sport, au-delà de tout ce qui a été dit, il faut des infrastructures et donc c'est une politique de développement. On était ce matin, on parlait d'intelligence artificielle. Hier, on était avec le président, on parlait d'énergie, de transport. Le sport, pareil, c'est un domaine d'investissement en termes d'infrastructure. On ne peut pas réussir en sport, Magda l'a rappelé, s'il n'y a pas des terrains de basket, même de basket à 3, s'il n'y a pas un minimum de pistes d'athlétisme, s'il n'y a pas des terrains de foot, s'il n'y a pas des terrains de rugby. Et donc, c'est un formidable levier d'investissement pour le continent africain et ses partenaires, parce qu'il y a besoin de ces investissements-là et de le faire avec les grandes fédérations. Et donc, en effet, on a lancé, Magda l'a appelé il y a quelques années avec l'Agence française de développement, l'AFD, une grande politique d'investissement sportif. On a eu plus de 400 projets qui ont été développés par l'AFD dans 50 pays. On a notre nouveau patron de l'AFD qui est là à nos côtés, monsieur le courtier, et on le remercie. Et je veux rendre hommage aussi à son prédécesseur, Rémi Rioux, qui a porté cette politique pendant les 8 dernières années avec beaucoup de force, qu'il a fait avec Maktar et ses équipes et donc la Banque mondiale, et qu'il a fait aussi avec les grandes fédérations internationales. C'était assez innovant, et je m'en rappelle, il y a 8 ans, un peu après Ouagadougou, on s'est retrouvés à l'Élysée avec la FIFA, avec la NBA, avec la FIBA, les grandes fédérations, surtout basket, foot, mais on avait aussi athlé, la NBA, et on a lancé ce programme. Et de Kigali à Libreville, à travers tout le continent, on a créé ces terrains. Et donc on a investi des centaines de millions d'euros dans ces infrastructures. Et ces programmes, on l'a fait avec le groupe Orange, Sonatel, Heliosport, Win-Win Afrique, etc. Beaucoup de groupes, plus ceux que Maktar a rappelés, qui nous ont permis de développer tout ça et qu'on a accroché avec la formation justement de nos jeunes. Et on a pu engager beaucoup de jeunes dans ces programmes de formation par les infrastructures qui ont été construites à travers le continent. Et j'ai été très fier il y a quelques années d'être à Kigali pour la première compétition en lien avec la NBA de basket et de compétition de basket entre clubs. C'était un formidable moment là aussi d'émergence du sport sur le continent africain. Et évidemment, ce que fait la CAN, ce que fait la FIFA avec vous, est un formidable levier de développement. Donc, politique de jeunesse, politique d'infrastructure. Et puis, moi, je voudrais finir en disant, c'est un formidable levier de croissance et de création de richesse pour le continent. Et ça, c'est encore quelque chose qui est à saisir. Parce que quand on regarde ce que représente le sport et toutes les filières qui ont avec le sport, le marché mondial du sport, c'est 2% du PIB mondial. Quand on regarde sur le continent africain, c'est 0,5% de son PIB. Ça veut dire une chose très simple, qu'on connaît dans beaucoup de filières, on l'a évoqué ce matin, l'économie du sport n'est pas assez structurée sur le continent africain, elle est souvent encore trop informelle, premier problème, qu'on a dans plein de domaines, et souvent aussi, vous avez la matière première, mais elle est valorisée dans d'autres continents. Et pardon de faire un peu ce parallèle, mais vous avez parmi les plus beaux et les meilleurs sportifs du monde, comme vous avez les plus grandes terres rares et minerais critiques, et ils sont pris dans d'autres championnats, dans d'autres compétitions. C'est pas bon pour le continent africain. Et donc, ce que vous devez faire, ce que vous allez faire, ce qu'on veut faire avec vous, c'est de valoriser ce capital humain pour qu'il devienne de l'informel au formel, et pour que ce capital humain qui est sur le sol africain soit pleinement révélé et se révèle dans les clubs et les équipes africaines, et n'est pas à s'exporter à l'autre bout du monde pour créer de la richesse. Et vous imaginez, si on fait croître, si on aide à croître le produit intérieur brut du continent africain, ce qu'on veut faire, ce que vous allez faire avec ces investissements conjoints, et si dans le même temps, on arrive à révéler ce que doit représenter le sport de 0,5% à 2% du PIB, c'est une vraie révolution qui est créatrice de richesse. Et là-dessus, nous, on est prêts à vous aider de manière toute particulière, d'abord par les investissements qu'on fait, qu'on veut faire, que vont faire l'AFD, nos partenaires avec nous et toutes nos entreprises, et par la structuration de cette filière sport. Il y a 10 ans, je n'étais pas président, et même 11 ans maintenant, j'étais ministre de l'économie. Et en France, on n'avait pas structuré cette filière. Et on a lancé, il y a 10 ans, on a fini, cette feuille de route de la filière sport en France. Ce qui a permis de nous améliorer et d'exporter beaucoup plus. Olivier Ginon, qui est là aujourd'hui, qui était déjà patron de GL Events, a structuré cette filière pour nous. Il a fait ce travail avec tous les partenaires. Et en 10 ans de temps, on a créé beaucoup plus d'emplois dans notre pays. Et tous nos acteurs de la filière sport se sont exportés beaucoup mieux. Ce qu'on veut au fond faire, c'est faire un transfert d'expertise et se dire, on est prêt à vous dire comment on a fait pour vous aider à le faire. On a commencé les discussions avec le Sénégal, président, et je sais que ça a bien avancé. Donc, si on peut aider le Sénégal comme laboratoire, je connais mon frère William Ruto, il va me dire tout de suite si je dis avec le Sénégal, nous on veut le faire avec le Kenya. Et j'ai un autre frère là, le président Boko, qui va me dire, chiche, on le fait aussi avec le Botswana. Mais c'est au fond de se dire comment on vous aide à structurer ces filières pour créer beaucoup plus de richesse, de valeur, et permettre à vos sportifs d'être pleinement reconnus, de mieux gagner leur vie et de la gagner sur le continent africain. Voilà ma conviction. Donc, au fond, le sport, c'est au croisement de l'éducation, de la santé et de la croissance. Donc, il faut y aller à fond.
On y va à fond. Le message est vraiment passé, and the time is absolutely now. So, like His Excellency President Macron just said, when we invest in sport, we invest in people. When we invest in people, we invest in our future. Thank you very much. And to conclude, allow me to now turn to you, Your Excellency President Ruto, because we've mentioned it, we are really, really standing in the home of sports legend. Earlier today, we had Eliud Kipchoge right here on the stage. We've seen, and I live in London, we've seen what Sebastian Sawe accomplished just a few days ago. But I want to say as well that your country breaks many records, notably in tech and finance. This is the home of M-Pesa as well. We've got Equity, we've got KCB. They're helping millions of customers every year. So I want to ask you, Excellency, can we make sport as powerful an economic engine as tech and finance? And what is your commitment to making this transition a reality?
Thank you very much, President Macron, my good brother Boko, President of Botswana, President Faye, friends. Good afternoon, or is it good evening, and welcome to the Nairobi University. Just so that you know, Nairobi University is my alma mater. I came here first day, 14th of July 1987. I stepped in those grounds there and registered myself as a student here. I have been a student ever since. I did my undergrad here, I did my postgraduate here, I did my PhD here, and therefore this is home. So welcome home to all of you who are coming here. Secondly, I had Mokhtar. He said he played for his country. Mokhtar, I didn't make it to play for my country, but I was in the of Nairobi University. So I tried. But I am greatly honored to join you for this very important dialogue on the commercialization of sports and its growing to drive economic transformation, innovation, and opportunity across our continent, not just in Kenya. Africa today is the youngest continent on earth. More than 1 billion Africans are below the age of 35. That is not simply a statistic. It is a historic opportunity. An opportunity to build one of the world's most dynamic sports economies. And I'm happy that we are discussing sports and money and economies. An opportunity to turn talent into enterprise, passion into prosperity, and potential into real power. Sports can no longer be viewed merely as a recreation or for competition purposes. Today, President Macron, in the morning, went for a competition with Eliud Kipchoge. He didn't.
I lost.
And by the way, I have heard Boko, and he has said correctly that if you want relay, please find your way to Botswana. And if you want good food, to Senegal. But if you want real good international world-class athletics, this is the place where history is made. This is the place where the first man on earth has run marathon under 2 hours. Sebastian, we're very proud of Sebastian Sawe. I mean, a man who went to school in a school, primary school called Jaukta Primary School. Many of you will not know where Jaukta is, but he has made history. Today, sports is industry. Sports is infrastructure. Sports is investment. Sports is culture, diplomacy, technology, tourism, and of course, jobs. Across the world, sports generates billions of dollars every year through broadcasting, infrastructure, manufacturing, entertainment, tourism, technology, and talent development. Africa must not stand at the margins of this global industry. Africa must stand at its center. That is why Kenya has deliberately positioned sports as a pillar in our bottom-up economic transformation agenda, because we recognize that it can unlock enterprise, livelihoods, national competitiveness, and of course, hope among us, millions of our young people. As the gateway to East and Central Africa, Kenya brings together two very unique advantages. Number one, our globally celebrated identity as the home of champions. And I say that. And our internationally recognized high-altitude training environment, which continues to attract elite athletes and institutions from around the world. If you go to my hometown in Eldoret, you will find everybody running from every part of the world, but they never beat Kenyans. This advantage is strengthened by something even more powerful: a youthful, innovative, digitally connected generation that is positioning Kenya not only as a global talent incubator, but as an emerging hub for sports media, technology, wellness, tourism, entertainment, and high-performance industries. The home of M-Pesa is right here. We were told earlier today that 1.2 billion people in this continent and abroad use mobile money transfer. Invented where? In Kenya. From our experience, Africa's future lies in building integrated sports ecosystems supported by harmonized priorities and policies, private sector participation, regional partnerships, and sustainable financing. That's why my good friend Macron here comes through as a partner. The time has come not only to produce talent, but to build African-owned sports economies that create African prosperity. Across Africa, governments are increasingly recognizing that sports infrastructure must serve purposes beyond ceremonial use. A stadium, for example, cannot remain idle 6 days a week. An arena cannot survive on applause alone once in a while. A modern sports infrastructure must function as an integrated commercial ecosystem, bringing together sports, hospitality, retail, media production, conferencing, recreation, and digital broadcasting, while generating revenue, attracting investment, creating jobs, and stimulating economies. it has to be an ecosystem. In Kenya, that future is already taking shape here in East Africa. In preparations for AFCON 2027, and you've heard President Motsepe say this, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, under the Pamoja Partnership, are making transformative investments in sports infrastructure. Right here in Nairobi, we are developing the Talanta Sports City, not stadium, city, anchored by the world-class Raila Odinga Sports Stadium, alongside state-of-the-art training facilities, hospitality, infrastructure, commercial spaces, including media production centers and smart mobility systems. And aside from this, we are also upgrading two other stadia, Kasarani and Nyayo International Stadium, while constructing county stadia, regional academies, and high-performance training centers across the country. My good friend Motsepe came to sign off on some of our infrastructure projects that we are developing to facilitate the hosting of AFCON. And apart from these three I have mentioned, we are building another 27 stadia across Kenya. And when I say stadia, I'm not talking about a running track. I am talking about a whole ecosystem, one that has entertainment joints, one that has recreational facility, one that has film studio, one that has creative economy spaces, one that has a whole ecosystem, ICT hubs, G2Me labs, where young people can access digital jobs. So we are building a whole ecosystem around sports because our ambition is not simply to host tournaments. Our ambition is to build an ecosystem. We are also positioning Nairobi as one of Africa's leading creative and entertainment capitals through investment in audiovisual infrastructure, film incentives, digital monetization systems, affordable creative studios, and partnerships that cement and connect African creatives to global markets. Let me conclude this by saying we are also advancing this vision. Kenya recently signed an agreement with Zaria Group, and Ujiri came to see me on this, a household name in global basketball and sports development to develop a modern arena and entertainment district within Nairobi Railway City, just a few minutes from here. We will be putting up an arena there. And today, in this conference, Your Excellency, we will also be signing a contract with another group to deal with another arena in the Bomas of Kenya so that we can build this as a hub for entertainment in our region. This is an investment of close to $130 million to support development of modern purpose indoor arenas across our nation. Together, these initiatives are expected to strengthen Nairobi's position as a regional MICE, creative and investment hub, while creating thousands of jobs and opening new opportunities for African youth. Let me conclude this. I know we are all pressed for time. To say how we appreciate my colleagues who are here. Thank you very much for finding time to share this moment with us in Nairobi. You can count on our support, you can count on our goodwill, and we are going to continue to build spaces that will make sure that we take this forward in the coming weeks. I was very impressed to see the numbers that Motsepe said. 2.5 billion people watched AFCON in Morocco. Did you mean Morocco or Kenya? So what do you estimate Kenya to be? So we are waiting. 6.9, 6.1 billion, 4.2 billion, digital followers. So we are looking forward to that next year, right here in Nairobi, as we share the moment with our sister countries, Tanzania and Uganda. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Excellency, President Ruto, Excellency, President Boko of Botswana, President Faye of Senegal, and President Macron of France. We've heard our Excellencies loud and clear. The time is now, the place is Africa. Thank you for your vision, your commitment to harness the power of sports to build a better future for our continent. Thank you all as well in the audience. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Hello? Yes, hello. Hello everyone, the main stage is going to continue, so please, could you leave or take a seat? Thank you. The main stage is going to continue. Could you please take a seat or leave? Thank you. The main stage is going to continue. Please take a seat or leave the space. Ok. C'est pas grave, on va faire ça. Attends, il y a mon portable.
Ou pas?
Attention, mettez-vous en dehors la prochaine fois.
Ouais. Okay, we are having the boys to Your Excellencies. Yes, the boys are coming. Yes, there's 5 kilometers. The boys too are coming.
Your Excellency, we have one of our deputy athletes who is going to run 700 kilometers from now to August. Together with you to talk about peace, education,
700 kilometers.
So now we are in 7 days.
7 days.
We are trying for us to
Very good.
So please don't lose one another and don't lose our cars.
All the hands.
Now down to 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Allez.
All right, Your Excellencies, we are moving to the basketball court, Your Excellencies, where our coaches, our players will demonstrate to you several drills. Your Excellencies, you will also be handing over awards to the different winners in the boys and the girls categories. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our presidents here going to the football court. And the football court has one former professional basketball player, that is Ahmed Tawfiq, who is here with us. We also have Nairobi City Thunder players. Those, of course, are the champions of the Kenyan Premier League, who are right here to welcome you, Excellency. We also have the CEO of NBA Africa, that is Claire Kamanzi. We also have the NBA Africa Country Director, Michael Finley. We also have some of our top basketball players, including Ariel Okar, Jerry Ogechi, Iran Jim. Your Excellency, you say hello to Ahmed Tawfiq. He's a former professional player from Benin.
Ça va très bien. Je suis content là, je ne lâche pas, comme vous voyez, Monsieur le Président. On reste dedans et merci pour ce que vous faites pour la jeunesse. Merci de croire aussi comme moi. On est fiers à travers l'Afrique et on va continuer à se battre pour la jeunesse et pour les rapports entre deux continents. Franchement, merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. At this juncture, we'd like to request for the open of the basketball court so the Excellencies can be able to see a drill by our teams, coaches, bringing your players, of course, here. And of course, I will allow the country director of NBA Africa, Michael Finley, right here, of course, to engage. This is the CEO of NBA Africa, Akamazi, and country director of NBA Africa, Michael Finley. Our teams, of course, who are here to do the drills.
Kindly clear the court. Let's clear the court.
And the teams, of course, for the basketball to come over. It's your time to shine. We have the Excellencies here. You never know. President Macron, President William Ruto, and President Diomaye Faye might want to play basketball. You just never know. Your Excellency. All right.
So just to give you context, Your Excellencies, these are kids from the basketball experience, a program sponsored by the France government, and it has been implemented in Senegal, and Kenya is the last destination where the basketball experience is being implemented.
All right, Your President, Excellencies, we have drills that you'll be able to watch from our young boys and girls who have benefited from the basketball experience program, a program, of course, that has been supported by the French Development Agency, that is AFD, and also NBA Africa, and implemented by the Kenya Red Cross. Your Excellencies, those are layups. And Your Excellencies, these boys and girls already played several matches, and it will be our humble request, we'll be awarding the winners in the boys and the different categories. They'll be happy, of course, to receive that trophy from you. Those trophies and medals will make their way here.
And just to give context to Your Excellencies, the basketball experience has been supported by the French government in partnership with the NBA. It has been implemented in Senegal. Kenya is the last destination, and the government of Kenya has been very instrumental in making it successful. Many kids have benefited, those living with disabilities. There are many courts that have been upgraded and many lives that have been changed. So in Kenya we say, Asante Sana, Merci beaucoup.
And Your Excellency also, these players, we have also those who have hearing impairments who have been included in these teams. So there is an inclusion component under the basketball experience where those with hearing impairment, physical impairment, and visual impairment are given an opportunity to play basketball. And that's why, of course, that relationship, NBA Africa, the French Development Agency, through the implementation of the Kenya Red Cross, they get an opportunity to play this game. Recently, Your Excellency, you are aware, at the Isinya School of the Deaf in Kajiado County, recently through the PS Jacob Fikirini, they launched that program whereby this visually impaired and physically impaired are given an opportunity to play this game. So thank you, of course, to France for this kind of collaboration. Right now, I know Your Excellencies would like to play basketball, but we'll request at this time to call the winners. Blue team in the girls category have won gold, and of course we'll request that particular trophy or that presentation of the award. Blue team girls have received gold after winning their matches that were played right here at the University of Nairobi.
As you can see, they are very excited.
Blue team in the girls category as we bring the trophy. And as the blue team comes,
a round of applause to them, please.
Round of applause. That is the trophy, Your Excellency. The orange team, team number in the boys category, has won.
It's the girls team. A round of applause for them. Yes, they have taught the president a new sign language.
Well done to the team. Congratulations, Your Excellency. 51,000 boys and girls, Your Excellency, have benefited from basketball experience. 51,000 in 128 schools across Kenya. Thank you to France and Kenya relationship. So let's call up orange team in the boys category. Orange team, thank you very much for the blue team. Well done, congratulations. A coffee, and of course claps to our blue team. Let's call the orange team in the boys category for the photo session. Oh yes, it's very important for this photo session.
The visitors move back to allow the photo session and clear the way also for the drone. We will have some nice drone shots.
The presidents are having a photo with the winner, blue team girls in basketball.
Let's take a step backward, everyone. One step backward, please. One step backward.
Smile for the camera. This is being streamed.
I'd like our dignitaries to also look at the sky.
Media, we request you to move just behind because so you can get enough space to get that beautiful photo. Media, tunaomba, we request you to move behind. You will get a good picture from a distance. Media, we request you to move behind tafadhali. Thank you very much. Blue team in the girls category in basketball. Right now I'd like to call the orange team in the boys category. Orange team in the boys category to receive their award from President of the Republic of Kenya, President of the Republic of France, and the President of the Republic of Senegal. We request, of course, the Excellencies to award the trophy. So we request the President of France, Your Excellency Emmanuel Macron to award this particular award to the Orange Team boys, the Orange Team in basketball.
Captain Orange Team.
That's the award.
Captain Orange Team. Round of applause.
Well done. Congratulations. Smile for the camera, Your Excellency. A photo. Asante sana, Kenya Basketball Federation President Hilmi Ali for actually handing that trophy to me. Let's have a photo. A photo with the Excellencies.
Okay, media, one step behind.
All right. Please, journalists, we request you to move behind to get a good photo. All right. We are happy. The Secretary General of Kenya Basketball Federation, together with the President are here, with the Excellencies, with the boys winners, that is the Orange Team here at the Africa Forward Summit 2026 sports demonstrations. Smile for the camera, it's very important for that. We request after this photo, we move to the football pitch, where also we do the repetitions after your photos. Let's head to the football pitch. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's move to the football pitch.
Please, only the leaders should enter the pitch.
Only the presidents are on the football pitch. Only the presidents.
Only allow the presidents in the football field.
Only the presidents on the football pitch, the others on the perimeter, on the extremes. Tafadhali, only allow the excellencies on the football pitch. We also have former French star and player Claude Leroy, who most of you know very well in terms of coaching in Africa, one of the best coaches that Africa has ever had in the different countries. That's Claude Leroy, who is amongst us. Asante sana. We request that humbly our presidents.
Let us only let the presidents enter the pitch.
Thank you very much.
Only the presidents in the field. Kindly let us only let the presidents in the field.
Only the presidents.
Thank you very much.
And Your Excellency, really interact with some of these boys.
For those who don't know, the president of France really loves football, and he would want to showcase their skills. There we go. A round of applause.
Kenya taking the football, passing to France, France passing to Senegal, Senegal wondering where the ball is going. That's a good touch by President William Ruto, a good touch there, of course, moving with the left. We wonder why our national team doesn't have strikers. We have good players. Well done, Excellency.
Those on the track, please clear as the cross country are coming back.
Asante sana.
Those on the track, please clear the track too. The cross country are arriving.
Presidents, remember, of course, we had different teams. Teams from Football Mass, Alive and Kicking, International French School, Angaza Sports and Development Center, Your Excellency. They play different games, and we have winners. The winners, of course, Your Excellency, will be able to award trophies, and of course, check that with them. I hope we will do the same when we do the penalty shootout. Football Mass Team B.
On a lancé ce projet ensemble en 2016 au Nigeria. Regardez maintenant, c'est encore là. Comment ça va? Ça me fait plaisir. Oui, très bien, ça fait longtemps.
Football Mass Team B. Football Mass Team B. We request your presence here. And then after Football Mass B, French School B will be here. So Football Mass Team B, French School Team B.
We have the first cross country. We have the winners of the cross country arriving now.
All right.
So let's clear the first.
Tu as vu le président Diomaye?
All right, football, mass team B, please the trophy for the goal that won football mass team B. So we are requesting for the trophy to be brought to us as the athletes are making their way to the finish line.
We actually have the first part of which you have arrived, but we will finish with football and then award this football.
Okay, we will start with the French.
Il y a des athlètes qui arrivent là.
So, President, please award the silver. I'd like to request the President.
C'est top. Là, c'est l'arrivée des
athlètes qui arrivent là.
This is French school team B. They won silver, Your Excellency, in the football tournament that we played right here. So please, football French, walk towards Your Excellency. Your Excellency, this is very wonderful football. Well done.
Very good.
Congratulations.
Ça va?
Football mass team B. Football mass is one of the football science organizations that engages in football.
Merci beaucoup. C'est vous qui avez gagné? Oui. Ah, bravo les gars. C'est bien, bravo.
All right, thank you very much.
Bravo. Bravo.
Well done. You might need a photo with the President. French school team, please.
Merci coach.
President, we request you to have a photo with the team. French school team, have a photo with the President. Come with the trophy to have a photo.
Allez, venez, deux rangées. Voilà, la première rangée.
Alright, let's have that photo then. Camera people to have their moment. And we request our VIPs also to have their seats as we wait for the athletic sequence of this particular.
Regarde la photo ensuite sur la marche.
This is the silver award.
Merci.
And finally, the team that won that is the football master. All right, thank you very much, French team. Well done. Congratulations for winning silver in the football.
On a commencé la nationalité à l'école française. Moi je suis Kenyan. Moi je suis Kenyan. Kenyan, je suis Kenyan. Ça c'est un mec à 3. On a commencé avec la nationalité à l'école française.
Asante sana, congratulations for winning silver. Your Excellencies, I would request you to say that I want to take a photo with the team that won gold in this particular competition, and that is Football Mass. Please come, and please, Football Mass, come and say hello to the President. After getting to take a photo.
You won.
We are waiting for that gold trophy wherever it is. If it comes or not, we shall have a photo session. This is the champion, Excellencies. The trophy. This is a football master, Excellencies. These are the teams that won this particular tournament. And we request anyone person that gold trophy. We are requiring it right now. Yeah, well done. Now you can stand in front of the Excellencies. Coach, stand in front of the Excellencies and take a photo. Have a photo. Some of you can also have a photo. Coach, please, for the photo. All right. There you are. Smile for that photo. Smile for the photo before you let's say the cards to Coach.
After this, we are requesting the masses to move to the pavilion as the President heads to the finish line of the cross-country, where they will award the winners of the cross-country.
At this juncture, Your Excellencies, after the players are left, we have gifts for you. We have footballs for you, Your Excellencies, our President from France, our President from Kenya, and also President from Senegal. We have footballs being presented to us. Your Excellencies,
So we are experiencing the finish of the cross country. I'd like everyone to clear the track, please. Those walking on the track, they are still arriving.
Yeah, the VIPs to please get clear the track. But after you are finishing the race, at this junction, now let's clear the track. And football from people, and also from the football organization, coordinating African football. Remember, Kenya is co-hosting Africa Cup of Nations 2027 with Uganda and Tanzania. This Tanzania is a way for the presidents to handle the football youth, the excellencies of football that will be used during the African Cup of Nations that Kenya is co-hosting that huge spectacle. Thank you so much, the President Thank you very much, President President of the Republic of Senegal. Basketball, football, and athletics. We are waiting. Let it take time to make their way. In the athletics, we like
Yes, our leaders will go to the finish line of the cross country where they will award the marathon cross country winners.
In the men's category, the winner is Obadiah. Number 2 is Dennis Kipro. And number 3 is Meshach. Your Excellency, be ready to award them their prizes. Obadiah, number 1 in the men's category. Kipro, number 2, and Meshach, number 3 in athletics. In the ladies category, Lona Cherono, number 1, Ruth Chepto, number 2, and Ruth Cheruto, number 3. In the girls category, Lona Cherono, number 1, Ruth Chepto, number 2, Ruth Cheruto, number 3, as the winners or the top in the races that are being done here at the cross country Africa Forward Travel Sports. Right now, they are being awarded their gold medal, their silver medal, and their bronze medal by the Excellency, the President of Kenya, the President of France, and the President of Senegal.
Please take one step behind. All journalists, please take one step behind. Let's give it more space, please.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, for honoring this particular occasion and awarding our top athletes, Your Excellency. Asante sana for this occasion to engage the President's address. Your Excellency.
Okay, please let us come to the finish line where you will take the picture with the athletes.
Asante sana, Your Excellency.
We ask you to start with the finish line.
We request everybody to remain where they are as we allow the Excellency President.
Please start with the finish line with the athletes. For the final finish. We are awarding the ladies the cards for
We are waiting for the medals for the ladies. They should be here. The President is engaging with them, talking to them.
No, it's not good. Yeah, why are you not relaxing like this? No, it's not good. No, it's not. No.
Thank you. Clear the line. Watch.
Our legend Nairobi, well done for nurturing and growing this talent. Congratulations and well done. That's a photo for many years. And of course, we put it like a portrait. Somewhere. Asante sana. Thank you, President. President William Ruto, thank you, President Francophone, President of Senegal, Diomaye Faye, for the award. We have awarded both athletes for men and women's category. Right now, we request as given their trophies. Keep on welcome. Keep on
Ah oui, c'est énorme. Et ça continue toujours. Merci pour votre soutien, monsieur le Président.
So our members will progress to the various destinations before they go back to the main event.
Thank you very much, President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency William Ruto. Thank you very much, the President of France, Your Excellency Emmanuel Macron. And thank you very much, President of the Republic of Senegal, Diomaye Faye. Thank you very much, CS Cabinet Secretary for Sports, Creative Economy and Youth Affairs, Honorable Salim Huria. Thank you very much, the other CSs. Thank you, PS Elijah Mwangi, CBS, for really making this occasion a success. Ladies and gentlemen,
No, if they leave, we'll leave.
Congratulations to the winners in football. We celebrate
Mort, non non, ça va. Ils sont encore scrutés, t'as vu? Ouais, mais là, c'est un photographe avec un mec d'une délégation.
Your Excellencies, welcome to the closing of the official closing ceremony of the Business Forum, where we've had quite a number of engagements, and they will continue. So Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, and Your Excellency, Emmanuel Macron, President of the French Republic, welcome to the official closing ceremony of the Business Forum. We'll get right into it, and allow me, Your Excellencies, to start off with His Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, to come on stage to make his remarks. Let's give him a warm, warm clap as he's coming on stage. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you. Okay. Your Excellency, my good brother, Emmanuel Macron, President of the Republic of France and co-chair of the Africa Forward Summit 2026. Excellencies, heads of state and government, honorable ministers, captains of industry, distinguished delegates, business people, entrepreneurs, innovators, ladies and gentlemen, we gather here in Nairobi at a very defining moment for this continent of ours and for the future of global partnership. On behalf of the government and people of Kenya, I warmly welcome all of you to this city of Nairobi. Welcome. This city builds very strong foundations established by what was successfully done by Inspire and Connect Business Forum that was the precursor for this meeting we are having here today. Throughout today, engagements here, I am told, have been witnessed we've witnessed more productive business engagements and deliberations. We have witnessed connections. We have witnessed exchange. We have witnessed the power of culture, sports, enterprise, and people-to-people engagement coming together to reflect the growing dynamism of Africa-France cooperation. These interactions have reaffirmed our shared commitment to deepen economic collaboration, expand trade and investment, strengthen cultural ties, and advance a partnership grounded in mutual respect, shared prosperity, and common ambition. This forum has renewed the spirit of engagement between Africa and France and strengthened the foundation upon which a new era of strategic cooperation can now be effectively built. As business leaders, investors, innovators, and policymakers from Africa, France, and beyond gather here today, the depth of today's conversation and the quality of engagement have demonstrated one thing very, very clearly. The opportunities for collaboration between Africa and France are immense, diverse, and transformational. Africa continues to consolidate its position as one of the world's most attractive investment destinations, supported by improving macroeconomic fundamentals and sustained economic growth. In 2025, the continent recorded economic growth of 4.2%, up from 3.5% in 2024. This progress is being driven by stronger macroeconomic stability, expanding domestic demand, infrastructure development, increasing investment flows, demographic strength that we have in our young people, and the continued diversification of Africa's natural and economic resources. Together, these factors are enhancing the continent's competitiveness and reinforcing Africa's emergence as a strategic frontier for global business, industrial expansion, and long-term growth. This morning, my brother, President Macron, and I were in a youth summit right here in this compound. And I remember one young person saying, look, it's no longer looking west or looking east, it's looking forward. And forward is actually looking south. That's what I was told this morning. And I guess that's why we are in this great city of Nairobi, one of the diplomatic hubs in the global south. The success of Africa's continental integration agenda, as envisioned under Africa's continental free trade area, will depend on quality infrastructure, strategic investment, strengthened partnership, and joint ventures, expanding trade, and meaningful technology transfer capable of accelerating intra-Africa commerce and, of course, economic transformation. Regional economic blocs, including the East African Community, COMESA, and SADC, under the tripartite framework, present extraordinary opportunities for investment, industrial expansion, and regional value chain development. Together, these regional frameworks represent a combined market of more than 800 million people across 29 countries and account for 60% of Africa's gross domestic product. This is not only a market of scale, it is a market of momentum. Excellencies, the global economy is undergoing profound realignment. Supply chains are shifting. Capital is repositioning itself. Nations and industries alike are seeking resilience, sustainability, efficiency, and stability. Africa, and indeed Kenya, stands at the center of this transformation. Our strategic location, vibrant private sector, improving a macroeconomic environment, youthful and innovative workforce, and expanding green energy infrastructure continue to strengthen Africa's integration into global value chains and support regional industrialization. Kenya in particular has made significant progress in expanding export processing zones and special economic zones that continue to provide attractive incentives for investors and an enabling environment for business. We have also liberalized our foreign exchange regime, enabling investors to repatriate 100% of their profits while advancing innovative financing that is available for all our investors. Infrastructure fund that we have just established, National Infrastructure Fund. And I was having a conversation with President Macron on how we are going to raise resources in our continent. We have discussed, we will be having a serious meeting tomorrow on matters to do with international financial architecture. While it is okay, and we are having a big conversation on how to make the Bretton Woods institutions more representative, how to enhance the voice of our continent, how to leverage on our shareholding, we also must do something as a region and a continent. And I have asked my good brother to support us as we push for the new Africa financial architecture, which we will be proposing as we go to the G7. We remain a strategic gateway to both regional and continental markets of nearly 1.6 billion people in this continent. We now look ahead to the next phase of this engagement. Our task is clear: to translate the commitments and conversations emerging from this forum into tangible outcomes that deliver measurable impact in trade, investment, infrastructure, innovation, manufacturing, and sustainable development. Our geography, ladies and gentlemen, and our history, our culture, our shared aspirations for inclusive prosperity provide a powerful foundation for deeper and more enduring cooperation under the Africa Forward framework. That partnership has deepened in recent years. And I want to thank my good friend, President Macron, for having the courage to recalibrate the relationship between France and Africa. You know, and I want to tell President Macron that what you have done is the right thing to recalibrate our relationship. You understand very well that this is a continent of tremendous opportunity, resources, and wealth. And what we are doing as leaders in this continent is not to look for aid anymore. It's not to look for loans anymore. We want to have a balanced conversation. We want to have a mutually beneficial conversation. And this conversation is going to be about investment. We have ideas, we have resources, we have assets, we have our human resource, and we are ready to engage in a manner that is beneficial to France and is beneficial to us. We no longer want a relationship that is one-sided. And this is why this France-Africa Summit in Nairobi is different. We are shifting. The reason why it is being held in an Anglophone country is because we want inclusivity. We want those of us who are Anglophone to feel as part of this relationship as those who are Francophone, because we are one continent and we are one people. And we want that relationship to be a relationship of shared responsibility. We too have responsibilities, the same way our partners and friends have responsibilities. So we must appropriate our responsibilities. We must do our part as everybody else does their part. So congratulations, my good friend Macron. We will be going to the G7. And I will be asking my brother, as the leader of the G7 from June this year, to help us position this continent appropriately. We want two very important things. Number one, we want a functioning, representative, fair, international financial architecture. One that recognizes our opportunities. One that does not unfairly judge African economists. We want a fair credit rating mechanism that does not disadvantage our economies. And we will prosecute our case and do so efficiently. Number two, we want to make sure that the global financial architecture respects the voice of 1.4 billion people living in this continent. For far too long, we were part of others. We do not want to be part of others. We are a people, we are nations, and I know that President Macron is going to stand with us. I normally tease him, and I normally tell him, when he speaks, he's the only person in the G7 who speaks the language of Africans. And Mr. President, I say this without fear of any contradiction because I have engaged with you and I know where you stand. So I want to say to all of you, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen in this room. Now listen, the business people. You guys have a lot of money. You know? You guys are stranded with a lot of money, and we are stranded as, in government with a lot of projects. We must find the mechanism that leverages on private sector resources, on pension funds, and on money that's available in our insurance companies to drive programs and projects of transformation in our continent. We have huge resources. I want you to listen to me. We have huge resources in our pensions, running into trillions. We have huge resources with our insurance companies, running into trillions, but they fear to invest in public projects because they think it is risky. Now listen to me. We are developing a mechanism together with the Africa Development Bank, Afri-Exim Bank, Trade and Development Bank, Africa Finance Corporation, RTD, and I remember discussing this with President Macron yesterday, so that we can have a mechanism that will de-risk our public projects and enable you, private sector, pension funds, and insurance companies to invest in public projects. That is how we are going to grow this continent. Continuing to depend on the resources of others and expecting that they will make them available at concessional rates will be a waiting game in vain. So we need to think. That is why in Kenya, we have already established the National Infrastructure Fund. We already have the first $1 billion in the National Infrastructure Fund. And this is a fund that we established 4 months ago. In another few months, maybe a month or two, we will have another $2 billion. And we want to leverage the $3 billion that we are going to put in that fund to raise $30 billion to run our infrastructure programs. That is how transformation is going to be undertaken in this continent. You know, we're not going to be waiting for resources from others. And finally, let me say this. As we work with the private sector, we want the private sector to develop confidence. We now have an opportunity, and I want to talk to the private sector people who are sitting here. I hope my good friend Aliko Dangote is in the room, or right there. We have an infrastructure project for the development of an East African refinery. Dangote tells me that it's going to cost anywhere between $16 billion and $20 billion. That East African facility, East African refinery facility, is an investment that the government of Kenya, the government of Uganda, the government of Tanzania, we have agreed that we want to develop a facility that is going to assist us with our fuel products. We do not want to be held hostage anymore by the Strait of Hormuz. We do not want to be held hostage by wars that are started by other people. We have our own resources here, and we are saying we are going to use our African resources to industrialize our region. And that is why we have asked Aliko Dangote here to do a research. We have the port of Tanga, we have the port of Mombasa, we have the port of Lamu, and the rest in between. Wherever they will find the most suitable location. From our perspective, because the crude pipeline was going to Tanga, we thought that is the best location. But we will not dictate to Aliko Dangote and the investors. But I want to also tell Aliko, and all the other guys, you are not going to invest alone. Governments are also going to invest, so that when you make the money, we also make the money. Right? And we are going to invest so that we can de-risk that investment. I am going to use resources from my National Infrastructure Fund to invest in the refinery, so that we can share in the profits that come, and we can assist our private sector to de-risk the investments they are going to put in these projects and make those projects viable and make them cost-effective. Let me give you another opportunity. We are building a new airport in Nairobi. It's going to cost us around $1.5 billion. There is an opportunity for investment. Are there any business people in this room? Or these are tourists? They are right here. Yes, I can see them here. So there is an opportunity for you to invest with us. Government of Kenya is going to put in 20%, bring the rest of the money, let's build the airport, and everybody makes money, right? So this is how we want to take things forward. That is how we are going to build public infrastructure. That is how we are going to use private-public partnership to drive African transformation. And that is what we are going to do going forward. Let me conclude this by saying that we need to mobilize domestic resources. I will give you an example. We have mobilized in the last 3 years $4 billion and built a whole housing ecosystem without borrowing a cent from any bank, not from the World Bank, not from IMF, not from anybody. There is opportunity for us to mobilize domestic resources. And we want to work with the private sector to see how we can do that in a way that benefits everybody. I run the risk of doing a lecture because I'm at the Nairobi University, where I spend all my time reading. But let me stop there and say thank you very much and welcome to Nairobi. Great. Now it's my moment to invite my good friend and brother, the President of France, Emmanuel Macron.
Thank you, Mr. President. Dear William, Mr. Prime Minister, ministers, please. Ministers, ambassadors, business leaders, I'm extremely happy to be here and thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. President, not just for welcoming us and hosting this very important meeting, a premiere, but co-chairing as well as this Africa Forward Summit. I will switch in French. Monsieur le Président, Mesdames, Messieurs, nous sommes très heureux avec le Président de pouvoir conclure, même si je sais qu'il y a encore beaucoup de prises de parole. Aliko et plusieurs de ses collègues devaient ici aussi prendre la parole et évoquer la suite, et tout ça va se poursuivre. Mais je voulais ici dire quelques mots, quelques convictions dans la continuité, le droit fil du président Ruto, mais déjà que vous puissiez mesurer collectivement ce que représente ce sommet. Normalement, quand il y avait un sommet Afrique-France, ça s'appelait comme ça s'appelait pas Africa Forward, et on commençait par les chefs d'État et de gouvernement. Il y avait marginalement l'implication des décideurs économiques. On pouvait faire des forums d'affaires peut-être à part, mais c'était essentiellement dans la main des dirigeants et de manière un peu préécrite. Ce sommet Africa Forward, tel qu'il a été conçu, a mis d'abord la jeunesse au cœur. On était ce matin avec le président Ruto auprès des jeunes, et on a parlé jeunesse, culture et créativité, sport, énergie, santé, digital, agriculture. Et vous avez tenu tout aujourd'hui un business forum inédit qui, autour de Inspire and Connect Africa Forward, a permis des rencontres d'affaires, je vais y revenir, mais de porter aussi la voix des chefs d'entreprise, des investisseurs que vous êtes, des dirigeantes et dirigeants d'entreprises de tout le continent de France et d'Europe, de manière inédite pour demain notre sommet. Puisque tout ça se continuera avec une représentation de certains d'entre vous qui viendra échanger dans un moment complètement inédit avec les chefs d'État et de gouvernement qui seront présents demain. Alors pour ça, je veux remercier très chaleureusement d'abord évidemment nos hôtes kenyans, l'université, l'ensemble de vos équipes, Monsieur le Président et des ministères, merci infiniment. Et les co-organisateurs BPI France, Business France, Proparco, et tous ensemble, vous avez su créer ce moment absolument inédit. Donc bravo à vous et merci. Je veux évidemment remercier à leur côté l'ensemble des entrepreneuses et entrepreneurs qui se sont mobilisés, nos organisations professionnelles, le MEDEF, les CCI France Internationale, les CCEF, le CIAN ou encore Alpha, tous pour leur mobilisation, nos volontaires aussi, pour avoir permis cette journée avec vous et permettre aussi la journée de demain et toute la suite. Un grand merci à toutes et tous. Africa Forward, Inspire and Connect, ce sont, et c'est pour ça que ce lieu est presque débordant d'énergie, on attendait 2000, 2500 personnes au début. Vous êtes près de 7000, ça ne s'est jamais vu. Il n'y a jamais eu un tel forum d'affaires à ce niveau-là, avec autant de participants. C'est une formidable mobilisation avec des grands témoins issus du monde économique, de l'entrepreneuriat, de la société civile, avec des experts de tous horizons qui ont nourri les 32 panels organisés autour de 4 agoras, Build, Produce, Trust, Innovate, et 6 sessions qui se sont tenues à huis clos. Près de 7000 participants, plus de 700 rencontres d'affaires organisées. C'est ça le résultat de ce moment inédit, avec là aussi des résultats absolument uniques qui sont en train de changer les choses. Alors vous l'avez dit, Président, et je crois qu'on se retrouve ici ensemble tous les deux parce que nous portons la même vision. Le partenariat entre la France et l'Afrique, il a des fondations solides. Beaucoup d'entreprises les portent ici. 64 milliards d'euros d'échanges commerciaux annuels, 50 milliards d'euros d'investissements directs français en Afrique, auxquels s'ajoutent des investissements africains en croissance constante en France, 1 million d'emplois créés par les entreprises françaises sur le continent, 5 milliards d'euros de transferts annuels de la diaspora. Ne jamais les oublier. Et depuis 10 ans, notre relation s'est profondément transformée sur la base justement de ce que le Président a pu évoquer et de ce en quoi nous croyons très profondément. Et au fond, il y a un regard qui a changé, le Président l'a dit très bien, qu'on est en train de changer, que les entreprises françaises sont en train de changer, il faut encore accélérer. Que dans les commentaires en France, je ne sens pas toujours assez et je n'entends pas assez, que parfois, dans certains pays francophones d'Afrique, je n'entends pas assez. On dit la France est en train de disparaître, elle se désintéresse de l'Afrique. Non, pas du tout. Mais la relation change, et heureusement. La France, depuis 25 ans, elle est bousculée en Afrique. Et c'est normal, et c'est très bien. Et c'est très bien. Et elle est bousculée, pourquoi ? Parce que pendant trop longtemps, trop de monde, il faut le dire, dans les grandes entreprises comme dans les administrations, pensait qu'il y avait un précaré. Non, on est français, tout nous est ouvert. Ben fini. Les Chinois sont arrivés, les Turcs, les Américains, beaucoup d'autres, et beaucoup d'autres Africains, et on dit on est plus compétitifs que vous, on est meilleurs que vous, et ils ont pris des parts de marché. Et des pays qui se sont développés ont donné ces parts de marché à des gens qui étaient plus compétitifs que nous. Et alors ? L'Afrique se développe de manière inédite. C'est le continent le plus dynamique au monde. L'année dernière, plus de croissance que l'Asie du Sud-Est. C'est un continent où il y a plus d'1 milliard de jeunes de moins de 30 ans. Il faut juste que nous, et c'est ce qu'on fait ces dernières années, Français et Européens, on se réveille. Et on s'est réveillé. L'AFD s'est remobilisée avec elle dans ce partenariat avec BPI France, tout ce qu'on a fait ces dernières années. Les Choose Africa, Digital Africa, nos passeports, talents, tout ce qu'on a fait pour que la jeunesse, nos diasporas aillent beaucoup plus vite, beaucoup plus fort. Et puis on s'est réveillé, on a dit on veut reconquérir des parts de marché dans l'Afrique francophone, mais on veut aussi en conquérir dans l'Afrique lusophone, anglophone, parce que l'Afrique n'est qu'un continent. Mais pas parce que c'est un droit, parce qu'on veut être les meilleurs. Et on doit changer la logique. Et le président Ruto l'a dit formidablement. Ce que demande le continent africain, ce n'est pas qu'on vienne donner de l'aide. Ils veulent qu'on vienne investir. Ils ne veulent pas qu'on vienne expliquer ici ce qui est bon et qui correspond à notre offre, parce qu'on aurait, nous, on est très bon dans tel et tel domaine, on va vous expliquer, vous en avez besoin, vous ne l'aviez pas compris, on arrive. Ça ne marche plus. Il faut co-construire avec le continent africain et dire où est-ce que le business veut se développer, dans l'énergie, dans les infrastructures, dans l'éducation, dans l'agriculture, dans la santé, et ensemble, on co-investit, on coproduit. Cette révolution conceptuelle, c'est celle qu'on a mis en marche ces dernières années. Quand il y a eu le Covid, tout de suite on s'est engagé. J'ai appelé le président de, c'était Moussa Faki à l'époque, de la Commission de l'Union africaine. On a fait ensemble un bureau de l'Union africaine et on a lancé une plateforme pour produire en Afrique des diagnostics, des tests et commencer à produire des vaccins. William s'en souvient, on a lancé des projets ici, on en a lancé au Rwanda, on en a lancé en Afrique du Sud, chez notre frère Cyril, et des entreprises africaines et européennes ont développé ensemble des productions. Parce que le continent africain en avait marre juste de recevoir nos médicaments produits ailleurs, parce que la réalité était la suivante, l'Afrique c'était 20% des besoins de vaccins, 1% de la production de vaccins. Et c'est ça qu'on est en train de bouger. Et de la même manière, quand on a lancé au Nigeria, avec mes frères chefs d'entreprise que je vois ici, des initiatives nouvelles dans les industries culturelles et créatrices, dans l'énergie, dans le digital, on l'a fait en coproduction. Parce que les Nigériens nous ont dit, c'est bon, nous on sait faire. Mais venez nous aider pour mieux intégrer, et être mieux intégrés dans la CEDEAO. Parce que être en partenariat avec des entreprises du monde francophone comme les vôtres, c'est intelligent pour nous, pour mieux travailler avec la Côte d'Ivoire, avec le Sénégal, et aller plus loin dans l'intégration régionale. Et donc, toute la stratégie qu'on mène depuis 10 ans, c'est une stratégie de réveil, de changement de regard, de respect, de partenariat mutuel, qui dit, 1, nos diasporas en France sont une chance. On a des millions de jeunes qui ont des origines africaines, on veut qu'elles se démultiplient ici. 2, on veut que nos entreprises françaises, les emplois, les embauches, pour être en quelque sorte des accélérateurs de croissance sur le continent. 3, ce continent a toutes les clés en main. On veut l'aider, on veut co-investir avec lui et sortir de la logique verticale pour être dans une logique d'égalité partenariale, de co-investissement. Et 4, on veut bâtir ensemble ces solutions d'avenir. Parce que les solutions d'avenir se feront pour ce continent avec sa jeunesse. Et on l'a vu ce matin, le président le rappelait, le mobile payment, il a été inventé ici, s'est développé beaucoup plus vite en Afrique que sur le continent européen. Et nos amis kenyans le savent, comme nos amis marocains le savent formidablement, eux aussi. Tout ça, c'est ce qui est au cœur de Africa Forward. C'est un changement de regard et un changement de logique. Et donc, je voulais simplement vous annoncer aujourd'hui que, à travers cette mobilisation, tout ce qui a été fait, il y a des résultats très concrets pour le continent africain. Aujourd'hui, par votre mobilisation et ce qui a été fait, ce sont 23 milliards d'euros d'investissement annoncés pour le continent africain. 23 milliards d'euros. Ces 23 milliards d'euros, c'est 14 milliards d'euros d'entreprises françaises qui sont là, des grands groupes, des ETI, des PME, qui investissent 14 milliards d'euros sur le continent, et je salue tous leurs dirigeants qui sont là présents, qui investissent 14 milliards d'euros, évidemment au Kenya, mais dans tous les pays ici présents, ici, et qui vont créer plus de 250 000 emplois directs en France et en Afrique. Et à côté de ça, c'est 9 milliards d'euros d'investissement d'entrepreneurs et d'investisseurs africains en Afrique qui se sont mobilisés. C'est inédit et c'est exactement la plateforme de mobilisation dont nous avions besoin, dont on a besoin et qu'on veut accélérer. Donc, immense applaudissement pour vous tous ici, pour ce résultat extraordinaire. Et moi, je veux remercier vraiment les entreprises françaises qui sont mobilisées, qui sont là. On a beaucoup parlé d'Orange, on a vu tout à l'heure Canal+, on a vu Biomérieux, on a les entreprises qui sont dans le secteur, en effet, aussi de la santé, Castel et d'autres, Sidovica. Et dans tous les secteurs, on a des entreprises, je ne veux pas faire de jaloux, on a des entreprises familiales, on a des groupes cotés, on a des PME, vous avez joué le jeu de manière extraordinaire. On a des entreprises de tous les territoires qui sont là, qui sont développées. Mais je suis très heureux que vous soyez là, aux côtés de grands dirigeants, malgaches, béninois, sénégalais, nigérians, marocains, et qu'ensemble vous construisiez des projets. Parce que c'est exactement ça l'avenir. Et je voulais vous dire que tout ça, je le conçois aussi dans un rapport totalement réciproque. Avec Boger le sait, on a fondé avec Jean, quelques autres, Tony était là aussi, on pense à Gilbert, à Mike, on a tous les amis qui sont là, le professeur Abiou était avec nous ce matin pour la villa et Aliko aussi. On a fondé ce conseil africain franco-nigérian. Le Nigeria était au cœur de Choose France. Il y a 2 ans, 3 ans, 4 ans, il le sera encore. Et ce que je voulais vous dire dans le rapport bilatéral, c'est que je veux qu'il y ait plus d'investisseurs africains en France aussi. On n'est pas juste là pour venir investir sur le continent africain à vos côtés, mais on a besoin que les grands leaders d'entreprises africains viennent investir en France. Et c'est ça aussi qui fonde cette relation, maintenant totalement décomplexée. Parce que c'est aussi un changement du regard, c'est aussi une réalité. Il y a aujourd'hui des investisseurs, des entrepreneurs sur le continent africain extraordinairement innovants, extraordinairement ambitieux, qui nous aident à changer la France et qui nous aident à créer des emplois industriels dans notre pays. C'est une immense fierté et c'est la clé de ce partenariat réciproque, juste, dont William a parlé il y a un instant. Et donc vraiment un immense bravo pour ces investissements, ce qui a été fait. Et je voudrais finir en répondant au président Ruto pour ce qu'il a dit et ce qu'on va faire demain et à Évian. Vous avez à la clé ces dizaines de milliards d'investissements, ce changement de la perspective qu'on a su faire durant ces 10 dernières années ensemble, mais on veut aller plus loin. Et si on est honnête, quels sont les défis aujourd'hui pour que l'Afrique soit au rendez-vous de sa réussite entrepreneuriale? On les connaît. 1, l'éducation. Franchement, ce qu'a fait le Maroc, c'est une révolution incroyable. Je le dis ici, Monsieur le Premier ministre, mais ce que vous avez fait sous l'autorité de Sa Majesté le Roi est un modèle pour le continent, formation primaire, secondaire et universitaire, avec des résultats, c'est là qu'on voit les choses, c'est parmi les meilleurs résultats dans notre école polytechnique, les jeunes qui sortent de chez vous. Et donc, c'est un modèle extraordinaire. Le Kenya est en train de faire des choses absolument formidables. Le Nigeria est en train de faire des choses formidables, on le voit ici. Et c'est d'ailleurs pour ça qu'on a commencé la journée avec le président, avec un investissement de l'Agence française de développement dans l'ingénierie, l'IA, avec sa clé, avec l'AFD, dans cet alma mater du président Ruto. L'éducation, l'éducation, l'éducation. 2, l'énergie. Vous avez cette bataille. On a besoin que le continent africain transforme son énergie. Et il y a des trésors extraordinaires. Des trésors d'hydroélectricité. Je pense à la République démocratique du Congo, avec des entrepreneurs qui sont là, des grands projets qui sont en train de se bâtir, en RDC et au Congo-Brazza. Je pense aussi aux grands hydrocarbures. L'Algérie a un potentiel de développement extraordinaire, avec là aussi des investisseurs, des entrepreneurs qui peuvent faire de l'Algérie l'un des Eldorado de demain pour les transitions par le gaz, pas simplement pour le continent africain, mais toute la Méditerranée. Et vous avez dans beaucoup de vos pays la volonté de développer le nucléaire civil, et on veut être des partenaires de cela. Et donc l'énergie, c'est un formidable levier de transformation. Vous avez des grands entrepreneurs de l'énergie ici, on veut être des partenaires de ce développement. La troisième chose, ce sont les infrastructures. Ça a été très bien dit. Des infrastructures du numérique, les infrastructures de transport, les infrastructures d'énergie, le grid là aussi. C'est une clé pour développer l'économie de vos pays. C'est une clé pour la souveraineté du continent africain. Et c'est là d'ailleurs où nous avons exactement le même défi. On a commencé la journée comme ça avec le président. C'est que nous aussi, on veut notre propre souveraineté sur nos infrastructures comme vous. Éducation, énergie, infrastructure, structuration de l'économie. C'est le 4e défi. L'un des grands défis de l'Afrique, on le sait, c'est qu'il y a énormément d'emplois qui se créent, mais beaucoup trop dans l'économie informelle. Et donc, il faut aider les entreprises du continent africain à structurer, en améliorant la gouvernance, en permettant de grandir, en permettant, ce faisant, de payer de meilleurs salaires, d'intégrer le système bancaire et le financement pour permettre à plus de ménages en Afrique, jeunes ou moins jeunes, d'accéder à un logement durable, aux services primaires que sont l'éducation et à la santé et au bon développement. La capacité à faire de l'économie africaine une économie plus formelle, elle est clé. Et c'est là où on doit aider vos gouvernements, les accompagner dans la structuration de ces stratégies. Et le 5e et dernier, et je suis sans doute incomplet, mais c'est les 5 auxquels je tenais, c'est pour réussir ça, il faut de l'investissement massif. Massif, public et privé. Et cette stratégie d'investissement, c'est celle qu'on est en train de mener. Et donc vous avez en quelque sorte fait votre part avec les annonces d'aujourd'hui, les 23 milliards d'euros d'investissement venant de la France, du continent africain pour l'Afrique. Mais ce qu'on veut faire demain et au G7, c'est de structurer un cadre d'investissement pour le continent africain. Il n'y a aucune raison aujourd'hui pour qu'il y ait si peu d'investissements privés qui viennent sur un continent plein d'énergie et de jeunesse comme le vôtre. Et donc dans ce continent, si on veut réussir à monter la chaîne de valeur, qui est le cœur des défis si on veut réussir la montée dans l'économie formelle, l'Afrique est un continent où on ne doit pas simplement extraire les matières et les minerais, on doit les transformer, on doit créer de l'industrie, on doit avoir une agriculture intelligente pour la structurer et avoir toutes ces opportunités. Si on veut ça, il faut de l'investissement massif. Pour ça, il faut qu'on arrive à résoudre la question du rating des pays et de beaucoup des entreprises et de la notation. Et il faut qu'on arrive à résoudre le traitement du risque pour les investisseurs, souvent non africains, et parfois certains investisseurs africains. Il y a 6 ans ensemble, on a lancé à Paris, 5 ans, c'était le sommet pour le financement des économies africaines, on a bâti une stratégie d'émission des droits de tirage spéciaux du FMI pour les réallouer en Afrique. On a réussi notre pari, plus de 100 milliards de droits de tirage spéciaux ont été réalloués sur le continent africain. Initiative franco-africaine. Ça a permis avec le FMI de faire quoi? De développer des projets aux côtés des États de manière clé. Il y a eu une dizaine de programmes. C'était une première étape. Deuxième étape, à Paris, juillet 2023, William était là. On s'est battu, beaucoup de dirigeants étaient là. Le pacte de Paris pour les peuples et la planète. Et là, on a dit, il faut plus de leviers. Et on était tous les deux à une table ronde avec le président de la Banque mondiale, la directrice générale du FMI. On a dit, on augmente le levier pour que quand on met de l'argent du FMI et de la Banque mondiale, ça déclenche à chaque fois le même argent du privé. On a complètement transformé l'effet de levier. Il y a beaucoup plus d'argent privé qui est venu en déclenchement. Il reste un problème qu'on n'a pas résolu. Et on doit le résoudre entre demain et Évian. C'est qu'aujourd'hui, on n'a pas de vrais mécanismes qui garantissent les premières pertes. Et donc, on doit réussir à traiter la question de la notation de beaucoup d'États africains qui sont souvent sous B-, parce que le programme MIGA de la Banque mondiale a permis de rendre éligibles à des garanties jusqu'à B-, en dessous, fini. Donc, il n'y a qu'une quinzaine d'États africains éligibles. Mais on doit réussir surtout à avoir des vrais mécanismes de première perte. Il y a beaucoup de mécanismes aujourd'hui qui prennent les deuxièmes pertes. Mais ça ne suffit pas. Ce qui fait qu'on a énormément de banques, de fonds d'investissement, d'entrepreneurs, parfois africains, mais surtout non africains, qui ne viennent pas investir ici. La solution existe, et elle existe ici au Kenya, c'est Atidi. Et le président de la BAD est venu me voir il y a quelques semaines, m'a dit, il faut qu'on regarde avec ça, ça marche, c'est de la première perte. Donc nous, Français, on va co-investir à vos côtés, rentrer au capital d'Atidi, pour se mettre aux côtés de nos frères africains et de quelques autres. Mais on va surtout structurer ensemble, demain avec nos frères africains et William, le tour de piste qui va nous permettre de faire d'Atidi la vraie plateforme, le vrai mécanisme de garantie sur les premières pertes pour le continent africain. Et on va ensemble, tous les deux, aller à Évian à la mi-juin pour convaincre le G7 d'endosser cela et que toutes les économies les plus riches nous accompagnent pour mettre cette sécurité derrière. Voilà mes amis, je ne serai pas plus long, je vais arrêter là. En tout cas, on a senti toute la journée beaucoup d'énergie. Et je voulais vous dire combien on est fiers avec le président Ruto d'être à vos côtés. Et au fond de vous dire, l'avenir, c'est vous qui allez l'écrire. Les plus jeunes comme les moins jeunes, mais ceux qui portent l'avenir de ce continent, que vous soyez entrepreneuses, entrepreneurs, artistes, académiques, chercheurs ou chercheuses, journalistes, sportifs. Et avec ce forum, vous avez, je crois, ouvert une ère nouvelle. Mais avec ces 23 milliards d'euros d'investissement annoncés aujourd'hui, et tout ce qu'on va lancer, c'est une ère nouvelle qui s'ouvre. Et elle s'ouvre aujourd'hui à Nairobi, dans votre alma mater, Monsieur le Président, mon cher William, et il n'y aura plus de retour en arrière. On va ensemble coproduire, co-investir, co-inventer, parce que c'est le sens de la nouvelle relation entre la France, l'Europe, entre nous et le Kenya et tout le continent africain. Merci beaucoup.
A round of applause to His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto and His Excellency Emmanuel Macron. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Your Excellencies.
On y va avec détermination. C'est toujours un pour le savoir, deux pour le progrès. On y arrive avec un peu d'espoir. On fait les choses parce qu'il ne suffit pas d'y croire. On y
Thank
va
you.
avec détermination. C'est toujours un pour le savoir, deux pour le progrès. Nous avons Dieu. Avenir entre nos mains.
So for the benefit of the businessmen in the room, kindly note that we still have a panel discussion, and we have Aliko Dangote from Dangote Group, Dr. James Mwangi, Equity Bank Kenya, and Nazat Hayat from the Kingdom of Morocco in Mohammed VI Fund, who are going to be taking the stage shortly after this. So please don't go, don't leave the businessmen in the room. Kindly don't leave, as we are still going to have a panel discussion. And like I've mentioned, we have Aliko Dangote, Dr. James Mwangi, and Nazat Hayat, who are going to be taking the stage shortly after this. So I kindly request that we all maintain our positions as I call on Caro, who is going to be running and heading that session, which is going to take place very, very shortly. So please, let's maintain our positions. Thank you.
It's actually not a panel. Okay. They're just calling to keep the final. Okay, I know you want to leave. We want to hear these final leaders of Dangote, James Mwangi, Tony Alimulu, and if the presidents are not in a hurry, they can hear the last word from the business sector. If I can have them up on the stage. Nazer, Samad, yeah. There's so much, but we can't do it all today, so we'll have the final words from, I know the presidents are trying to walk out, but they could listen to the final word if they're not in a hurry. But let me have James Mwangi, Dangote, Samad, Sidi, Christophe, Nicolas, Nicolas Dufour,
and
Christopher Lacoute, Agiboji, sorry if I pronounce your word badly, Okay.
Christophe est là. Christophe le courtier en fait.
Okay, Christophe. Okay, just waiting for the music to die down. Okay, if we could have a moment of silence, please. You'll hear the last word from the business leaders and you don't want to miss this word. So let me start at the very end with Tony Elumulu. Just tell us, what has the day meant? What are you doing? What should Africa do?
I think the presidents are, my name is Tony Elumelu. I'm the founder of Airs Holdings. Airs Holdings, we invest in banking, oil and gas, hospitality, real estate. But for me, the presidents have said it all. I came here with one goal, to forge partnership with our friends from France. Why is it important? We need massive private global capital in Africa. And when the president of a G7 country moves, he moves the policymaker, he moves the entrepreneurs, investors. I'd like to see us address the infrastructure deficit we have in Africa. Improving access to electricity will help us fix unemployment and will help us address poverty in Africa. These things, poverty alleviation, youth empowerment, very critical for the development of Africa in the 21st century. And so for me, a forum like this offers that collaboration and opportunity for us to partner with our friends. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll just go in line, so because of the time.
Later on, me. No, first, okay. Yeah, business.
What's your question?
No,
No, we have a session.
Okay.
You have a session.
I can go ahead.
Okay. So, Nicolas?
1 minute.
Wait.
Just your
No,
final word.
I just wanted to, yes, my words are about the many projects that have been presented since this morning, and that we already have everything to succeed in what is for us, I mean, the most important endeavor, which is the Euro-African co-industrialization. But what we see, or what I've heard, is that we have the ideas, we have the financing, we have the leaders, we see ecosystems and value chains beginning to emerge. We see also public policies taking shape. But my conviction, I'll be very short, is that to succeed, there's only one solution, is to join forces, but more than that, invent a new way of working between the public and the private sector, between financiers and project leaders, between startups and multinationals, between stakeholders on both sides of the Mediterranean. You can count on AFD to fully commit to this endeavor. And as it's my first day here as CEO of AFD, you can sure I'll do everything I can to go in that direction.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that commitment. I'll leave these three, will be my last three, so I'll go to these three. What's your last word? Do you have a commitment, or what's the last word you'd like to tell the business community this evening?
My last word is that Africa doesn't lack resources.